Hi, I'm Pat Hindle from Microwave Journal. I'm here at IMS 2022 talking with Jeff Hassannia, and he is the Chief Growth Officer for Quantic Electronics.
Yes.
So our audience may not be familiar with Quantic Electronics. Can you tell us a little bit about your group?
Sure, absolutely. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to do this today. We're really excited to be here. Many folks here at the conference and in the industry have not heard of Quantic Electronics, and that's understandable because the company was started in November of 2020, private equity backed, focused on electronic components, principally for the aerospace and defense industry, for mission critical applications. Over the course of the last 20 months, Quantic Electronics has acquired 14 companies, 7 of which are in the power products business, 6 in the RF and microwave business, and 1 in the sensing products business. And I would view this as our company unveiling, if you will, at IMS. So we're really excited to be here today.
So what is your value proposition as a group? What distinguishes you in the market?
That's an excellent question. I get asked that question quite often. There's really 3 fundamental things that distinguish Quantic Electronics and how we're going to the marketplace. The first is our overall business model and culture. The 14 acquisitions that we've done over the last 20 months, we've acquired companies that are healthy. Good revenues, good revenue growth, good profit margins, in good markets with differentiated products. So buying companies that were healthy, component companies that were healthy in the industry, have allowed us to operate a business model that we refer to as a unified but decentralized model. And you can sort of see that in how we have this booth laid out. So we're unified from the perspective of we're owned by a private equity company. We operate under the Quantic Electronics brand. This private equity company has allowed us to, has brought capital for people, equipment, acquisitions, tools and processes and so forth. So we're unified in that context, but we're also decentralized in how we operate. Every business that we've acquired has its own general manager, its own P&L, its own leadership team. It goes to market how it's gone to market. So we bought these healthy companies and we basically said, hey, we don't want to screw this up, continue to do what you've been doing. We're just going to help connect the dots, help bring additional resources, and help you to grow. So it's a rather distinct business model and culture in how we're operating in the marketplace. The second key differentiation in how we, in Quantic Electronics, is the product portfolio itself. If you look at our businesses, I would say across these 14 companies, there's really no me too kinds of companies. Each company has a unique value proposition and a unique set of differentiating attributes, which when we walk around, I'll emphasize some of those. And the third is just the breadth of product offerings that we have. In the RF and microwave space, basically anything behind an aperture and an antenna until the point that you digitize the signal, all those components there that I call sort of do signal manipulation, if you will, we offer all those components in our overall architecture. So it's quite a breadth of offering. We also have a great set of power product offerings with different types of capacitors. We also have resistive foil capabilities that get embedded in PCB boards. So wide product offering, and then a very a breadth of customer offerings, if you will. About 75% aerospace and defense, the rest is commercial, medical, industrial, US footprint, international footprint, so very broad customer base, lots of different capabilities, and you'll see as we go through and we talk about our different companies, we're on some very important platforms, both for the US and for the international marketplace.
Well, it's a very strong value proposition. We're going to take a look at 5 companies. You have 7 here, and we'll take a little bit of product highlights and see what their distinguishing factors are.
Excellent. And as we mentioned earlier, there's one of the key attributes of Quantic Electronics is the product differentiation that we have across our portfolio. One excellent example of that is a company called X Microwave, which we acquired in late 2021. X Microwave I would describe as a disruptor in the RF and microwave industry, and by disruptor I mean they are offering a completely novel approach to rapid design, rapid prototyping through custom integrated microwave assembly production. And essentially what the company has done is they have developed a standard, what they call X microwave block, roughly 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters in nature. This block holds devices from third-party companies. Right now there's on the order of 3,000 different X microwave blocks with dozens of different device manufacturers' devices hosted on these blocks. The basic concept is to take these blocks and to put these blocks onto a grid platform. When you put these blocks onto a grid, X-Microwave has developed an approach called a solderless interconnect approach, where they can put these blocks together and there's very little noise and loss introduced when you daisy chain these blocks together. In addition to the solderless interconnect capability, we also have an ability to test the electrical characteristics not only of the individual blocks, but as you daisy chain these blocks together into some custom integrated microwave assembly to test the capabilities of the blocks in a larger format. This allows you to very rapidly do designing, very rapidly do prototyping, and then to convert those designs and those prototypes into custom integrated microwave assemblies. We have the ability to put walls around, just like you would in your custom IMA. We have the ability to put lids on your IMAs, and at the end of the day, whatever you develop here with your prototyping, the performance and the characteristics are identical when you go into production. So we think this is revolutionary and disruptive, and we're getting a lot of traction, a lot of interest in the marketplace on the X-Microwave. The second company we wanted to showcase is Wenzel. Wenzel is definitely a name that is well recognized in the industry, as a matter of fact in the global industry. They're a world leader in low phase noise oscillators, especially in austere environments, in environments, for example, of high vibration environments. They have their own crystal manufacturing facility where we can sell crystals individually, or we can also take those crystals and sell whole oscillator systems, synthesizer systems, and IMAs as well. Because of their low phase noise characteristics of Wenzel, they're used on platforms that require these very, very low phase noise oscillators so you can see far, you can just differentiate over long distances, and there's not noise introduced into the overall architecture. There's outstanding product portfolio here, well recognized in the industry. We're excited that this Wenzel & Associates is a part of the overall Quantic Electronics portfolio. As I mentioned up front, Quantic has acquired 14 companies over the last 20 months. As part of that acquisition, we have a power products vertical. Within that power products vertical, there are 7 companies that we've acquired. Of those 7 companies, 4 of them are in the capacitor industry. The unique thing about the Quantic Electronics capacitor portfolio is the fact that we offer a wide variety of topologies of capacitors, from dielectric capacitors to electrolytic capacitors. And let me give you a few examples. Here you'll see a company called Pactron. Pactron offers multi-layer film polymer capacitors for the industry. Then you'll see a second acquisition that we've done with a company called UTC. UTC does multi-layer ceramic capacitors. These are both dielectric types of capacitors. Then you'll see a company called Evans Capacitors, world-renowned in the industry for energy density, and I'll come back and talk about Evans wet tantalum capacitors. And then lastly, our newest acquisition is a company called Ulix. Ulix does single-layer ceramic capacitors, but the focus here is on high-frequency RF applications. So going back to Evans, which we're incredibly excited about, Evans offers what's called a hybrid wet tantalum capacitor. It's completely unique in the industry by its hybrid nature in terms of the combination of tantalum with ruthenium oxide as its base. This offers the highest energy density at roughly 2 joules per cubic centimeter in the industry. These capacitors are used for applications like high power microwaves where you need sudden bursts of energy, for example in drone defense. They're also used in pulse laser applications, again usually for defensive applications, but they're also used in the RF and microwave industry for radar and EW pulse applications where you need that type of energy density in your pulses. We're also using these types of capacitors in avionics power holdup applications as well. As part of our overall power products vertical offering, there's been 2 acquisitions within this vertical. One is called Omega and one is called Tyser. At the end of the day, the functionality of what both of them perform are very similar in offering embedded resistive foils into PCB boards. So there'll be many engineers out there that are using PCB boards in their architecture that may very well not know that Omega or Tyser is actually buried into those PCB boards. So this is an embedded resistive foil, and the overall value proposition here is instead of surface mounting resistors on a board, you can embed these resistors as a single layer in the PCB board, significantly reducing size, increasing reliability, increasing stability in different types of operating environments. The Omega approach uses a nickel plating approach on copper foil, and the Tyser approach uses a sputtering approach. But at the end of the day, both approaches are very similar in nature. This is a game changer in the industry and is very widely used and adopted in the industry, and we're continuing to get traction within the aerospace and defense industry. All right, the last company I wanted to feature is a company called Planar Monolithics. They've been around for multiple decades. They're very well known in the industry. They have over 4,000 catalog RF and microwave components. Really, if you think about it, any component behind an aperture to the point where you digitize the signal, they've got capabilities for. Principally focused on connectorized products. The heritage of the business is in logarithmic amplifiers, although today they offer a whole series of products. If you go to PMI's website, you'll see these 4,000 catalog items with very detailed electrical and performance spec sheets, drawings, designs, and so forth, which makes it very easy for a customer to understand the capabilities of the products that they may want to be buying. I hope you've enjoyed an overview of Quantic Electronics and the 14 business units that are part of the overall portfolio. If you'd like to learn more about our unique business model and what we're doing in the marketplace, please visit quanticnow.com. Thank you.